Fort.
Hey, I'm March.
Flynn.
Ceallach.
Shreya.
Oma.
And I'm your DM, Ethan. Welcome to Venture Forth. Previously, you all had found yourself in the middle of a combat encounter with a mysterious foe, a tiefling named Zergath and a hobgoblin named Kerr. The tiefling had some crystals embedded in his face and neck. One of them exploded, releasing this soul that consumed its body. After a little bit more combat, you guys discovered that this was a bit of a dual personality, switching between the tiefling Zergath and this new entity. They were sort of switching back fighting styles between fighting styles that you know to be rogue and what you assume to be barbarian, where they were flying into a rage one second and using Kerr as a sneak attack in the next moment. After a bit of a scuffle, you guys managed to knock out Kerr and incapacitate him. But after a purple doorway opened up and blinded and deafened most of you, the assailants fled in a ball of purple light. Over the next hour, Flynn, Shreya, and Ceallach started to come to their senses again. Their eyes began to work and their ears began to work again as you guys sort of got your bearings. After a bit of discussion, you guys decided that this was where you're going to stay for the night, as it is now well into the night. And you guys dragged Kerr's unconscious body downstairs, tied him up, and got ready for bed. So you guys had discussed taking watches for the night. Who is going to be taking that first watch?
Oma.
Okay. Everyone else, are you guys going straight to bed? Is there anything that you guys would like to do to prepare, or are you guys just getting your rest in?
I am going to, still pretty injured, still a little dazed and confused from having been unconscious. I'm going to go straight into a sleep, but I'm going to let Oma know, or let the group as a whole know, say, hey, I need some rest. But whenever anyone needs to wake me for a watch or shift, by all means, just let me know. And from there, I will immediately be asleep.
I will, just before going to bed, I'll cast a glance over at March and her tunic, which she's used many times to bandage things and to cover fragments of golden crowns. And I'll just, as surreptitiously as I can, sneak over and whisper, Prius, and cast mending on her tunic to replace the lost fabric. And then I'll go to bed.
I'll walk over to Oma. And I kind of like I'm still out of it a little bit because I'm still fucked up from the fight. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
And thanks for, being there when I couldn't see.
I mean, what was I gonna do? Leave you?
You're not a bad person. Just want to make sure you hear that more often.
Thanks.
All right, I am very tired, and I need some rest. So, if anything happens, wake me up. But until then, good night. And I walk away and kind of sit over in the corner and start to nod off.
Good night.
Okay. As everyone else dozes off,
I'd like to do one thing before I sleep. So, recalling to mind the conversation I just had about my origins, I sit in a center of the room that I feel has like the most energy. I plant my staff down next to me, and as I sort of twirl it through my fingers, I look up toward the ceiling, and in my mind's eye, I just see just constellations, that create certain patterns and remind me of my homeland. As I mutter under my breath, in meditation, the next things I would like to prepare, drawing on my knowledge of the earth and the sky, to take with me before I drift off to sleep.
Okay, nice. Everyone else is laying down, drifting off, going to sleep. Olma, what are you going to be up to during your watch?
Yeah, I want to first use my tinderbox to light a torch.
Okay.
I just want to lay the torch on the ground, though. Is that like make a little
you
fire
could definitely
from
do
it?
that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm gonna put my hands over it and get some of the warmth from it. And as I'm doing that, I'm gonna take a deep breath. And I'm gonna breathe in, and I'm gonna say, purple. And I raise my hands over it, and it turns blue. And I'm just gonna stare at it and breathe out and just let it be blue.
Okay. So for the remainder of your watch, I'm going to have you make a perception check.
Ooh. $19.
19. As you are watching the door and keeping an eye on Kerr, every once in a while you hear just some footsteps up in the sort of in the main area outside. You can't quite tell if they're in the bakery itself or out on the street outside of the bakery, but you do hear every once in a while some footsteps passing.
Maybe like a
no
guard.
voices or anything.
Does it sound pretty regularly timed? Like maybe it's a guard?
It doesn't sound regularly timed.
Okay.
And looking over to Kerr, you can see he's just sort of moving around. He's not completely still. He's not completely out of it, but you can sort of see he's beginning to sort of twitch and groan. Not conscious by any means, but his muscles are starting to begin to wake again.
If I see that, I'm gonna shuffle my way over to him, and gonna look at my hand. And considering that the flame turned blue and not purple, I'm gonna not trust myself for a second, and I'm just gonna knock my fist back and punch him in the head.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus. This kid's a savage.
Roll damage for that.
Are you sure you want me to roll damage for that?
Yes, I'm sure.
Oh, boy.
It was a 1 minus 1, so 0.
Okay.
Hey!
So you knocked him out. It might be for another couple minutes. It might not last too long, but he is once again not moving.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
If I see him move again, I'm gonna do it again.
Okay.
I'm not
Nice.
trying. I'm not trying to kill him. I just want to keep him knocked out. So that was actually the perfect roll for me.
Almost just crouched at his head, just fist cocked, ready to go.
I have so much control over how much damage I can do.
This guy is we're gonna wake up and this guy's gonna have 20 welts all over his head. Mama, what did you do?
Just tiny fists.
Yeah.
Okay. Your watch goes by. You hear footsteps outside, nothing coming down into the cellar, and your watch comes to a close. As you go and begin to make up where you're going to sleep, who are you waking up for the second watch?
So I'm waking up March and Shreya. So I'm gonna wake up March first. March, I think it's. I think it's time for you to take your watch, and then you can go back to bed after.
Oh, okay. Are you okay? Anything happen?
There were some footsteps outside, but they didn't come inside the building, and they definitely didn't come down here. And Kurt was moving a little bit, so I just made sure he stayed asleep.
Yeah, employing whack-a-cur.
Did you punch him in the head?
A couple times, yeah, I punched him in the head, but I didn't hurt him. I promise.
I'm gonna put out one of my big hands, indicating that I want to high five her.
I'm gonna high five her back.
Like, good girl. Very, very proud. Very proud of you.
And I'm actually not gonna set my bedroll out because I'm gonna use March's because it's warm. And then when she has to come back to bed, she's gonna have to wake me up and move me. But I'm gonna take hers for right now. And I'm gonna wake up Shreya, and as I lay down, I'm gonna tell Shreya, "Hey Shreya, do you think you can tell me what the plane of air looks like? I just really want to know what it looks like." And I'm gonna fall asleep listening to him tell me about the plane of air.
Oh, that's adorable.
And that's what I will do.
I'm going to sort of look over at Shreya, kind of give it, and then look down at my shirt, realizing that is my shirt a little longer than before I fell asleep? I thought I must have got hit in the head really, really hard. I totally forgot. I thought it was all torn up, but all right. Just step and look over everyone.
Okay. Shreya and March, you guys are awake. What would you guys like to do during your watch?
Could I do a quick, seeing as I was describing this thing to Olma, could I just do a brief, description?
Oh, yeah, go for it.
It is a place where the material and the immaterial merge in and out of being. If you've ever seen the inside of a cloud, on this plane, that is perhaps the closest you can see. But the architecture of the clouds and the air and the tiny bursts of bits of earth that pop in and out of existence in the elemental plane.
Wow.
They're these floating pieces of matter, sometimes taking great forms of rocks and water that springs forth and flows forth, and other times you can ride currents of air for what appear in this world to be for miles and miles and miles. It is a place where the imagination and what you see in front of you seem to merge and become one.
And that's going to be my description.
Nice.
All right, almost knocked out.
Mark probably almost fell asleep too.
It's very soothing.
I
it
am
is.
going to just sit and stare at this torch. I'm assuming the torch that Olma has lit is still lit, correct?
Yeah, that thing's still going.
Let me tell you how long
Can
Can I tell you how long it lasts? 1 second.
Yeah.
It would still be lit, but I don't know if it would be. It only lasts an hour, so it will not be. Well, yeah, only lasts an hour.
Okay. I'm going to just stare at it even as it fades and just...
The light is still there, it's just not blue.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just the color that fades.
Yeah. My mind is just in another place, just kind of shifting around, observing, but also just clearly going through several memories within my mind.
With that, I'm going to have both of you guys make perception checks for me.
That's a dirty 20 for me.
That was a 24 for me.
Woo!
Nice. Okay. So you guys both hear outside sort of the same footsteps going back and forth. And you sort of get a sense that there might be some people walking out there. But nothing comes into the building. And And then after a while, about halfway through your guys' watch, Kerr begins to vocalize a little bit more in his rolling around. It's and you can tell over the next little bit he might start to come to.
I'm going to look at Shry and say, will you be okay if I pull an Olma and punch him in the head? I can do it lightly.
Perhaps we could find a less violent means if that's all right with you. There are many ways to restrain.
I know you're right. I'm sorry. It's just, I've dealt with this guy for so long, and he was such an ass the whole time, and it's just the idea that Olma got to punch him in the head and I didn't. I'm a little, don't tell anyone. I'm a little jealous of the 12-year-old right now. I just wouldn't mind punching him in the head. But,
Well, I do understand what it is you call a tit for tat, and if that be the case, by all means.
I'd like to, maybe an open fist punch into his head. Just like,
Okay.
shut up.
So roll damage for that.
This guy's gonna have long-term brain
He
damage.
hit his head on the stairs all the way
Just
down.
so you know, this rolling damage isn't necessarily to like go against his hit points. It's to see how long he's going to stay out for.
Okay. So, how will I guess the question is how will I roll any kind of damage like that?
So that's going to be an unarmed strike. For you, I believe it's going to be a D4 plus your strength modifier.
It's actually not. It just says that it's just, if I do that, it's just going to be just 5.
Oh, okay.
Just straight 5 for unarmed.
Okay. Then we'll go with that. Cool. 5 points of damage. And he is not moving once again.
Hope I didn't hurt him too much, but at the same time.
He does
Okay.
look rather peaceful.
Okay. And as it nears the end of your watch, you guys have been keeping a pretty good track of like the footsteps outside, and most of them you hear are pretty far away. And then at near the end of your watch, you don't hear any footsteps, but you do hear the door at the top of the stairs just very lightly creak open for a split second, and then once it begins to creak, it goes quiet.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. I'm gonna attempt to sort of, I don't want to stand up because I've still got all my chain. If I stand up, I'm gonna be real loud. I want to try and shimmy closer to the stairwell, but like it's in a way that like every move I make is like rattling chains. Freeze. And then rattle more close.
Okay.
Just so I want to essentially position myself so that as they come down the stairs, I would be on either side of those that entrance.
Gotcha. So do you want to open the door and look up in the stairs, or do you just want to be ready to hit whatever comes down?
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
want to look. I just want to be ready in case something happens.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to a supporting position near her with just in a supporting position with my staff drawn.
Okay. And nothing comes through the door. You wait a minute. Another minute. 5 more minutes. Nothing comes through the door.
I'm gonna look at Shry real quick. Like I'm gonna kind of assume that he's almost on the other side. Like say I'm on the left of the side. Assume Shry's on the. Look at him and kind of be like, "We heard something, right? We did hear. It sounded like. Did you hear it?"
I heard something that seemed to enter the space above.
Should probably warn who's ever up next about that and just give them that heads up.
Yes, that would be good.
Okay. As you guys are just about to head off to bed, you guys are just about to wake up the next watch. As you hear just a very small knock or almost a thud at the door on this bottom level. Just a very quiet sound. Most people probably wouldn't have heard it, but you guys rolled really well, so you guys heard this tiny little tap on the inside of the door.
Shreya.
What?
You heard that right?
I think so. I can't tell what might be going on. It does unnerve me.
I would like to shift more in front of the door and try and put my ear to the door very briefly and see if I can hear anything on the other side, any chainmail, any movement of swords or breathing even to a degree.
Okay, make a perception check.
That's a 15.
15? You definitively hear nothing.
I'm gonna kind of have my ear against. I don't hear anything, but we heard. Was it maybe one of the pebbles that Alma was chucking at you that fell down the stairs? Oh yeah, by the way, Alma was chucking pebbles at you.
I was wondering what that was. It was so gentle. I figured it can't be an enemy.
She was just trying to get your attention, but let's wake up Flynn and Ceallach, and maybe we find something to better bolt the door from inside with.
Yes, I think that's probably the safest option.
So we'll go down and wake the next folks for the watch.
Okay.
See whatever we can kind of find to push against the door
Flynn
from the
and
inside.
Ceallach, you guys are woken up.
Did we long rest, or I don't know how many?
Yes, you two are the only ones who have gotten a full long rest so far because you've completed two of the watches of rest.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll do that. Oh man, I guess I feel a little bit better.
Never feels like enough, does it?
Yeah. How are things with the watch? You guys hear anything?
Some steps. It sounds like, there might be people outside, but Alma heard the same thing. However, we swear that we heard someone open the upstairs door briefly, and then we swear that we heard almost like a light tapping on the door downstairs, but there's nothing. I haven't opened the door. We don't want to necessarily provoke anything, but I can't hear anything through the door now.
It's possible James went and found folks to come check on us.
I wouldn't know. I just
That's believing
want
the
to give you
best
the heads up.
of the
Well,
scenario.
I mean, while you guys are still up, should we just open the door and take a peek while most of us are still awake and just double check that we're still safe?
Well,
Might be worth it.
I agree with that.
Well, how about you go first then?
Yeah,
All right.
I feel relaxed now. That was enough. Ceallach, are
All
you
right.
feeling all right now?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right, let's go check this out. Just stay here, y'all, and we'll see what's up. I'll sneak up to the door and attempt to creak it open and look out and look up the stairs.
Okay. Make a stealth check for me.
Sure.
Both of us?
If you're approaching the door too, then yes.
Yeah, I'll join him.
Cool. How far away is the door from where we're napping?
It's about 20 feet away.
Okay. Stealth is okay.
So 16.
That was a fun roll. It was like 8 to 20. Natural 20, 24.
Nice.
I'm sneaky.
Okay. Flynn, as you open up the door, this is an old door, but you can just move it slow enough to where it doesn't creak open.
Cool.
And there, down at your feet, right at the base of the stairs, you see a little stone and a little piece of parchment wrapped around the stone.
I'll pick it up and look at it. Look up the stairs. Do I see anything up the stairs?
You don't see anything up the stairs, no.
I'll listen because they said they heard something on the front door. I'll listen to the.
You hear nothing.
All right. I'll slowly come back in shut the door, and turn around with the rock and the parchment, and I'll look at Ceallach and be like, "This is all that's out there."
What in the starlight?
And
Who's
I'll
throwing
kind of,
these things?
yeah, I'll take the paper off and read it. What's it say?
Okay. You look at the paper, and you immediately recognize what language this is, as it is a language that looks very similar to what's written on your arm.
Ooh.
You look at it,
Boy.
No.
and in this language, roughly translated, it just says, "Come up."
Weird.
What's it say?
I don't know.
Why
Do you know
would
what it is?
someone throw? It looks like what's on your arms. Took a close look at that. Couldn't
Yeah,
make out the
well-
tails of it.
They kind of teach us like some of the language and some of the words. Like I know that this means my name, and I'll point to the one on my sword arm. Like this one means my name. This is my name spelled. But like, and like this one is abjuration. And
You
this one
got
is
your own
evocation.
name tattooed on your arm, Flynn.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's embarrassing.
What do you mean it's
You
embarrassing?
gotta
Watch
get a
this.
woman's name tattooed on your arm.
No,
That's
watch
class.
this. Watch this. This is why it's tattooed on my arm. And I'll bonus action summon my sword into my hand, into my sword arm. And then you see the mist appear in my hand, and my sword appears there, and then the sigils and like all the things that are written on there that look just like what's on my wrist, they kind of glow and then look like they were just blackly inset on the sword as it appears after the symbols. And I'll be like, that's why. Isn't that cool?
Hell, that's a neat trick,
Yeah.
Flynn. Yeah.
That's why yeah.
Just don't go around telling people you tattooed your own name on your arm. That's just.
Oh, okay.
And anyway, it seems to be the same kind of text.
Yeah,
you know.
well, they teach us some of it, but they don't teach us all of it. Like,
Well-
it's a big language.
We're pretty smart people. You and me could sit down and try and make. If you know the language that's on your arm, then we could
Sure.
use it as a cipher to
Uh-huh.
determine what's in this message.
Yeah. Okay.
And
I kind of.
as they're talking about this, I'm gonna go, you guys have a really, really enjoy that, have a lot of fun, and just I'm gonna shimmy myself back to the bedroll where Alma's sleeping, and I'm gonna try and like position her, but also be in the bedroll, like just be like,
Oh.
come on, daughter, let's just move a little bit.
I knew it, mother daughter. I knew it.
Just like just shimmy her slightly so that she's still comfortable, and I'm like, and good luck with deciphering the language that is on his body, and he doesn't really know
Good night,
what it
Marge.
says.
Sorry, are you going to bed too?
Yes, if I can. I still don't feel like I'm at full strength.
All right. Well, we'll keep an ear out. You said you heard a door open, and then I guess this rock was there. But that's it? That's all you heard?
We heard a tap, so someone threw the rock.
Okay. Well, we'll keep an ear out for any taps. If anything happens, we'll wake you up.
But what kind of rock is that?
And I
I'll
pick
hand
up
him
the rock and I
Yeah.
start looking at it closely. What does it look like?
It's a gray rock.
It looked like a rock.
Fine bit of rock there.
Interesting vein running across the center. I'll give it back.
No. I'll take the rock back. All right. Well, good night. We'll just be here deciphering the message.
All right. Thank you.
Sleep well, Shreya.
All right. Well, we should probably move away from them so we don't disrupt them while we're sleeping. Do you like go over in the corner or something? Like go away from them? All right.
It's a pretty small room.
Well, so
We
this
can
is
step
like,
out over to the steps if you want.
I don't want to go outside. I mean, not yet, at least, unless we have to. And
Flynn, you're being unusually cagey. Is everything all right?
well,
feeling
I mean,
okay.
honestly, and I'll look back. Have they fallen asleep yet?
Yeah, they're well asleep.
Honestly, man, I didn't want to say it in front of them just because I feel like it's kind of embarrassing, but I kind of have to go to the bathroom. And I don't want to do it down here.
All right. Be careful.
Alright.
Let me
Well,
know.
here, if you want to look at the rock and the message, I guess, here, this is, and I'll hold my arms up. This is what my arms look like. I don't know if you can decipher any of this, to what that says. I really have to go, but here, and then I'll show it for a few seconds.
I'll try to commit his arms to memory. Even though I only know that one of them is Flynn.
Make an intelligence check.
Here we go.
Okay, just flat intelligence.
Flat intelligence.
That is 14.
14. Some of them are like kind of swirly, and others are a little less swirly. That's about all you get.
Cool, good deal.
But it looks like they're like compounding symbols on each other. It's very complex.
Yeah, it's like a circular pattern of weird symbols. It's pretty sweet. And you see one is black, the one that's on his sword arm, and then the other two on his right arm that he's been, using to cast spells. One of them is a blue color that's closer to his hand on the inside of his wrist, and the other one below that, like directly under it, on the inside of his like forearm, then is red. So the first one's blue, the next one's red.
Oh, okay.
All right, I gotta go. I can't hold it too much longer. And then I like kind of back up, and I'll like kind of walk over to the door and like open it to go out up the stairs.
Boy, I hate that wee fucker.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
All right, and I will. I'm gonna try and stealth upstairs.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Sure. Man, who's upstairs? That's a good stealth though. 22.
22, nice. So yeah, you make your way up the stairs, and you peer around the door to the main area of the bakery.
Do I see anyone in here?
You don't see anyone, no.
I'll go into the bakery. Is the front door still closed?
The front door is open.
I'll kind of walk towards it. As I'm walking towards the front door, there's no one in the bakery. Like, I don't see anyone sitting behind the counter or anything.
Nope.
I'll walk up to the open door and kind of like, I'll go up next to it. I won't peer out, but I'll kind of listen. Like before I look out it and just kind of listen to it as it's open. Do I hear people walking in the streets? Like, what time is it? Is it like 4 a.m. or something? 5 a.m?
Yeah, it's about 3:30, 4 in the morning.
So I'll just listen to hear if I hear anyone walking the streets or if I hear anyone shuffling around the other edge of the wall or something.
You don't hear anyone walking.
I'll peer out the front door.
Okay. As you sort of move out of the front door, in front of you, all of a sudden you see from above you, dropping down to the ground, you see a half-orc. A half-orc with a scar across his face and a chipped tooth. And as he lands on the ground, this dude is big and beefy. As he lands on the ground, you can feel the vibration in the ground. But as he makes contact, it is completely silent.
Cool.
A puff of green mist apparates around where he lands. And it is completely silent as he jumps off of the roof right in front of you.
Hey, sorry, call.
Hello.
What brings you here tonight?
The same thing that brings you here. So you have them captured. How do you plan to bring them back to the Iron Light?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, so you are stupid as well. I will add that to the list.
Yeah.
Poor Flynn.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm stupid. I can't find them. I don't know where they are.
Well, this does not add up with what I saw earlier. You clearly walked in with these fugitives.
Oh yeah, those. Are those who we're looking for?
Clearly.
They're gone.
Oh, then you would not mind if I go and check myself.
There's nothing down there.
Look, I understand. You want to bring them back by yourself and you want to get all of the glory. But I'm here now, and I can help you bring them back.
What are they gonna do to them?
I don't know. So it looks to me like you have built some sort of trust with these fugitives. So I say you will lure them back to the Iron Light, and we can ambush them. How does that sound?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I mean, two members of the Iron Light should have no problem taking them down on our own if you want to go down there right now and deal with it as is.
No.
What do you mean, no?
They're my friends.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, I will enjoy what comes next. And he takes a step back.
What comes next?
You know, Flynn, I have never liked you.
Yeah,
Could have fooled me.
I know.
And I very much enjoy having an excuse to beat your face in.
Oh my god.
Because I do not feel in training. I don't feel like I got to fully express my feelings towards you. I feel like with instructors around and, you know, there's sort of protocol. But now I feel as though I can let loose, and I am enjoying this feeling.
I run.
Okay, which way are you running back into the bakery?
Yeah, and I'll shut the door.
Okay.
I just run inside and shut the door and like push myself up against it.
And you can hear him from outside say, "Flynn, I will come for you, and I will enjoy every moment of it."
I don't say anything. I'm just trying to stay quiet. Like for some reason, he doesn't know I'm there now.
Okay.
I'm still just like holding my breath. Do I hear him? Is he still there?
You hear nothing. You don't hear anything.
I'll give it a few minutes.
Nothing.
I'm gonna second wind, even though I'm gonna use it to like calm down. So
Okay.
I'm gonna burn it to just calm down.
Okay.
And I'll do that. I'll take those deep breaths. And I'll peek out the door.
You don't see anything. He is no longer there.
I'll close the door and head back downstairs.
Okay. Ceallach, you see Flynn walking back downstairs.
I'll like open the door, quietly shut it. Hey, have you figured out anything on the thing?
Ceallach has is in more or less the same place that he was left, sort of half-heartedly looking at this piece of paper, but mostly just looking at the ceiling, counting the tiles of the ceiling. No, Flynn, I don't know what it says. But I
Alright,
have
let's,
no means of finding out your bizarre sort of script that I guess is Iron Light. Copy it.
Yeah. Maybe we can go there. No. I don't know.
Why would we go to the Iron Light? You said they were searching for March and all.
Right. Yeah, we don't want to do that. I don't know. I guess we'll just never know what it says.
Flynn, what's going on? Normally you're the one, leading the charge. Heading the direction of where we go next. What's going on with you?
I'm just, maybe I'm just hungry or something. I don't know.
Lad,
I'm kind of just staring off into the distance. It's like,
how did the
Okay.
outside look? Did you see anything?
no. No, I, don't go in the corner, though. I peed over there.
You peed inside the building.
Yeah, I don't want to go outside. I don't want to,
Gosh. All right. By the starlight.
it's abandoned.
I'm just talking to myself. Why did you put me here? Why couldn't you have killed me at Cold Crest? I gotta live my days in this company. All right. So you don't know what the message said, but it's probably from the Iron Light Collective. They've probably found us here. Yes.
Yeah, maybe.
So we need to make ourselves scarce before we're attacked. I mean, how many people make up the Iron Light? It's a castle, right, in the city. So certainly there's commendable forces.
It's not like an army. They're kind of selective with their members.
Really?
Yeah. I brush that comment aside as I normally do when I get told. They're selective and mainly only other sentinels can bring in recruits.
I see. Well, then what are we looking at? You're not the only one who was sent to find Almond March, no? What should we expect to come and encounter in combat with? Or, will they be peaceful?
Well, I don't know. I mean, we could also maybe go tell them that the problem was taken care of, maybe, and they attacked us. I don't know. But they're probably coming. I don't know how to fix this, Ceallach.
Well, I used to be guided by something beyond me. But I'm not any longer, so I just have to go with our gut. Right? So, do you trust the Iron Light Collective or not?
I trust what it stands for.
Then we talk to them. Tell them what's going on. We can go without Almond March so that there's no risk, right? And then we just
think that's a good
explain the
idea.
situation.
Yeah.
Maybe
not Shreya, though, because it seems like the leader doesn't really like him.
He
maybe
puts his
you and-
talon in his beak. More
Yeah.
often than not, it does seem.
Maybe you and I can go and talk some sense into them.
Sure. Better that than to be dogged for days by, a small force of halflings. Such as yourself.
Yeah.
Right, okay, well, do you reckon we have time?
To do it now?
Well, yeah, I guess so. No time like the present.
Do we want to leave them sleeping?
No, I guess not. Well, I could stay here and you could go speak to them.
I'll look down at the rock and the piece of paper. And the symbols, and I'll look back up. No, I think we should both stay here. Keep guard. We know they're out there somewhere.
Can I make an insight check on Flynn?
Yeah, go for it. Flynn, you can make a counter deception check if you want.
Sure. That's probably terrible. Oh, yeah. It's just a 0.
Yeah, it's an 18.
Okay, here we go. It's gonna be a 19. It's a 9.
Flynn's clearly hiding something.
Okay. Well, I was hoping to use this on Kerr, and I will grab hold of a tether, of a fiery tether in the air. That I can see these things that are emanating out of Flynn. These long lines that kind of are a rift in the space-time continuum. And I'll grab it and I'll pull it down, and as I do, just the space around us becomes tinted in a sort of orange glow, and I cast Zone of Truth.
Mm-hmm.
Provici.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit!
Flynn, what aren't you telling me?
I'm looking around at all this. What do I see again now that this spell has been cast? What's around us?
Basically the chamber, and I think
Is that a saving throw?
It's sorry, what?
Is there a saving throw corresponded with Zone of Truth?
There is. That's true.
Oh,
it's
what do I need?
Charisma 14 saving throw.
Oh, my charisma's probably butt. A 2. Plus a 0. So yeah, I fail. Yeah. So I'm looking around, like as you say that, and like, what is this?
It's a way of safeguarding against deceit.
Yeah.
Basically, the space is. I've pulled something that is invisible, and I've pulled it down like a curtain. And as I've done so, it's expanded into 3 dimensions around us. And basically, it's almost like the world has changed into it's like been filtered through this like
sepia toned,
dusty ember. Yeah, sepia tone. Yeah.
Sorry, what'd you ask again?
What aren't you telling me, Flynn, about our current predicament?
There is someone else tracking Alma and March.
Right. That makes sense.
He was upstairs.
And he wrote this message here.
Yeah, it says come up.
Why didn't you tell me? We could be in danger right now.
I thought it would be somebody else. But I was wrong.
So this person, it's bad news, right?
Yeah, his name is Zorkal. He scares the shit out of me. During training, he was pretty ruthless. A lot of people didn't think that I could do this because, well, I point to myself. Look at me. I mean, there's no shortage of jokes in this party about it.
Yeah.
But he took it like further. Physically, berating me and attacking.
Then I'm sorry.
Yeah. I made it here so far, but he's still, out there.
He's just outside.
Well, he was. And he basically said that he's coming. And, he's excited to fight me outside of the Ironlight Collective, outside of their eye. And, I don't know if I can fight him. I don't think I'm strong enough.
Then, you most certainly can't. But you have us. We're here with you, right? Whether we like it or not.
Right.
And we're going to help you. Besides, otherwise, I don't know. I don't know what kind of fate awaits us if the Ironlight decides that we're not safe to, be kept where we are, as we are.
Yeah. I'll kind of just mutter under my breath. I wonder what Victor would do. Yeah, I guess we are stronger together.
We've proven it. You pulled the crown off of that giant wolf.
That
right?
was pretty fun.
So pull the head off of this bastard who's after you, right?
Yeah, maybe one day.
One day soon, if he's right outside. Do you know what kind of tactics we should be expecting?
Well, he'll try to ambush. He'll try to use the magics. I don't know how much he knows. I only just got access to the beginnings, the starter spells. I don't know how far along he is. I can go through the book and look to see what kind of stuff he may know. But, he has magic just like you and I. But he may be more advanced. I'm still learning this strategy and the tactics myself, so. But it's just him. We usually just hunt alone. It's rare that we go out in parties unless the threat is massive.
Do you think there'll be traps laid for us? On the doorstep of the bakery?
Maybe. I don't know any spells like that, but there could be.
Otherwise, how could one man hope to defeat all of us?
You
Not to
underestimate
separate us.
They're powerful. I know I am not, but they are.
Alright, well, it's all good to know. Hey?
Well, he's gone for now. But he'll be back, so I think we need to wake up, get what we need done in the city. And maybe you and I can talk to the Ironlight and tell them that their problem is gone. Or we can just leave. I feel like I just started my journey with this collective and now I'm potentially going to be exiled.
Well, this Zorkal, he's not a representative, right, of the collective. He's an outlier, right? He's just some bastard.
Melleru seems to really like him. Apparently gets the job done. I don't know. We can put it to a vote and see what the party wants to do.
This is why you need gods. Alright, well... we complete our case. I don't want to be followed by the Ironlight. And, let's wake up the others. Find a safe place for them to stay.
From what I've heard, they don't just murder people. Or they're not slavers. DM, is that true? Do I know? They don't, trade people. They're not, human trafficking, right?
The Ironlight?
Yeah.
No. This is the only assignment you have ever heard that someone in the Ironlight has taken that has to do with capturing or bringing in people.
Right,
Everything that you have heard so far has been magical creatures, beasts, forces of nature, things of that sort.
They never really do this. They don't go for people. They can't. I can't believe that they would kidnap someone. We hunt monsters. We have to talk to them.
Who issued this contract? Who is responsible?
I mean, our head sentinel, Mellaroo. She told me and Zorkal to find these two people.
But
And
where does she get her intel from?
that's above my pay grade. I don't know. She hands out contracts and we do them. I mean, I will say I did see. It was the same tiefling, right, DM?
Yes.
I did see that tiefling leaving her office before we walked in to get that contract. I don't know if that means they're paying her. Still think we should get answers. Maybe we should ask. And I'll kind of gesture over towards the unconscious character in the corner.
Yeah. Can I, as we're still in the zone of truth, I would like to
Ooh.
try and rouse this character, if I might. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
definitely.
just hunch over to him and just like tap him on the head.
Okay.
How many bruises does he have on his head?
His eyes are both swollen shut. His jaw is like hanging from one side, like dislocated on one half. Yeah, he's not looking good.
And I'll
Flynn
just
should,
say in Orcish, rise and shine. Good morning to you.
Flynn should have gotten a sketch of him before he woke up.
I should have.
Ceallach, you're going to say this in Orcish?
Yeah.
Okay. He doesn't look like he recognizes.
Sorry, what race is he again?
He's
Hobgoblin.
Shit. I don't know.
Is he? Are his eyes opening?
Yeah, as much as they can. But you
Right.
can tell he's conscious at this point.
Hey. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling well this morning.
Fuck you.
Good. I'm glad we're on equal terms then. Listen, you're gonna feel a bit sick to your stomach with a compulsion to speak honestly. So let's not waste it.
I feel sick to my stomach when I look at you.
Yes, well, not all of us can be blessed with such good looks. And I just like flick him on the eyeball.
Oh,
Why were you after the crystals?
because I was told to.
Told to by this leader of yours, Air.
Yes. And Zergath after him.
What do you know about the crystals?
I know nothing. They tell me nothing.
So why such zealotry then? Why follow these men?
I followed them for years.
What do you make of Zergath's change of heart?
I don't know what happened to him.
What can you tell me about the crystals?
I don't know anything about the crystals.
What of Hollowguard? What use might they have for the crystals?
I don't know what use they would have for the crystals.
If you brought Ulma and March back to the Hollowguard, what would have become of them?
I don't know what would come of March and Olma.
What would you get in return?
I would get rewarded.
Rewarded how?
Gold. My own team.
Hmm.
What What do you see yourself doing in the next 12 hours?
Breaking these bonds, snapping all of your necks, going back to Hollow Guard.
That tracks. As I said before. Do you have any questions, Flynn?
I don't think he has any answers.
No. He's of
Why?
no use to us.
I don't know. I don't think he does. Maybe we just take him to the Iron Light. I don't know if that'll help.
Guess it's as good as mine. He can at least go first, so that if there are any tripwires, we have a way of testing it. All right. DM, would the rest time have passed at this point for the rest of the crew?
Yes, this would just be at the end of the long rest.
And
so at this point, the rest of you guys are waking up. You have all gotten the effects of a long rest.
Cool.
And the spell has dissipated.
I'm gonna kind of roll over and am I gonna be able to see that Kerr's awake?
Yes, he is awake. He is sitting up straight.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of look over and go, fuck, who woke him up?
I did. Trying to get some answers here. None of you know anything. All of you work for organizations going around destroying property and hurting people for no reason that you know of. Should all be ashamed of yourselves.
Yeah, we already told you that. We already said we were. None of this is... I'm gonna kind of just shake Oma awake a little bit.
5 more minutes.
No, we should wake up, probably. Kerr's up, by the way. Kerr's awake.
Good morning, Kerr.
Fuck you blew me up.
I'll blow you up again if you want.
Swear to God, I will
my
break
eyes are
your
still
neck.
closed.
You know you will break her neck.
Up?
Once I get out of these ropes, I swear I will kill all of you.
Well, go
You
ahead
know-
and let me know when that happens, okay?
Kerr,
He's
know
not-
it's
he's
gonna
not
happen. You got blown up by a 12-year-old. Just accept it, okay? Let's go, guys. What are we doing? What's happening? Where are we going?
What do we miss?
Yeah.
Flynn has some old friend of his looking for the both of you. It means to harm Flynn in some way, material or spiritual or emotional.
Hey, Kerr, do you know if the rest of the Hollow Guard are after us or just you?
Everyone will be coming after you.
Everyone will? Like, once they know that you failed? Or, like,
Hell
everyone
will
is already...
rain down upon you until you are all dead and
Okay.
in the ground.
Perfect, but, like,
That's-
everyone will...
I will dance on your graves when you are dead.
You
Oh
don't
my
have to
gosh.
tell the truth anymore, lad. You can just stay quiet.
Okay, so I'm going to take that tense as will to mean that they don't know anything until Kerr comes back. So we should be good for now.
DM.
Yeah.
You said there were torches down here, right?
Yes.
Okay. I would like to take one of the torches off of the wall, smash it onto the stone floor of this place so that the ashes dump out, and then I'll unravel the bandage on my arm, and you might all actually get a good look at it now. It is raw. It looks like it looks like it just was burnt.
Gee.
It is a charcoal black, like 3rd degree burn, bubbling, broiling, horrid thing. And I will shove that into the still flickering embers on the ground, like put my hand directly on it. And
Do you flinch?
no. And I as I do that, and as the ashes like dust up around my hand as I've smacked it down, I will whisper, "Quid otra mentachum," and cast augury.
What? Cool.
I'm gonna lean over to Kerr. That's pretty creepy, huh?
Get away from me.
Okay. Kerr,
I'm
we
just
had
gonna be
some
kind
good
of, like-
times, didn't we?
Yeah, we're gonna be kind of Alma, just like, I fucking love it when Alma does this to Kerr. Like observing and giggling.
And I will whisper, "I don't know much about you, but maybe you can just tell me something of what's to come. If we go to the Iron Light, will they help us? Will the outcome be good or bad?"
Nice.
And just to give you DM, I'll just read the spell here. I'm looking for an omen. You receive an omen from an otherworldly entity about the results of a specific course of action you plan to take within the next 30 minutes. The DM chooses of the following possible omens: wheel for good results, woe for bad results, wheel and woe for both good and bad results, nothing for the results aren't especially good or bad.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Or maybe
snap.
we'll get something. Who knows?
Okay. Let me see.
Flynn will, like, while this is going on, will kind of just be looking kind of near the door and just kind of listening and trying to hear if anyone's coming in. Now that it's, lighter out. I mean, he did shut the door, but he's still listening for, like, door openings, people coming down the stairs, anything like that.
Okay. So you're asking if you go to the Iron Light Collective. What's your specific question again?
My question is, if we go to the Iron Light Collective, will it be for our good or ill?
Okay. You look down at these embers, and they sort of begin to glow this deep ember as if they're like sustaining themselves. They're not being put out or anything, but they're perfectly sustaining themselves, and they're not dying, and they're not bursting into an actual flame. Staying as embers, you take this to mean that this is a good outcome.
My eyes quiver, and I'm. Thank you.
Hey, Marge. What do you think the ashes told him?
I don't know. I don't know any of this shit. I don't know. He seems excited about it, though, but against Ceallach.
Can I learn to speak from ashes? Is that a
I'm
language
sure
I
you
can
could,
learn?
but can you promise if you learn to speak from ashes, you don't blow things up again?
I can't promise that.
Okay. I'd expect nothing less, to be honest. Anyways, if you're gonna blow anything up again, make sure it's Kerr. Fuck that guy.
Would I have been awake to see Ceallach communing in this way?
Yeah, you would be awake.
And I could have a clear path of vision to him?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So as I sort of rouse and see this exchange happening between Ceallach and the embers, I sort of lilt back a little bit, splay my wings out, and then back in as I retort.
Yes, I remember when flames were the only thing I was interested in too.
I'm hurriedly rewrapping my arm. We go to the Iron Light.
But aren't they after us?
People who want us?
They want you, but for reasons that are benevolent, good for us.
Is that what the ashes told you?
You got all that from some fire.
Aye.
And
The only
you-
reliable source of information is beyond that of our reckoning. And that's what I have to go on.
Oma and March, you don't have to go in. Ceallach and I can just go in and talk.
Yeah, maybe if we stay out of view, or if we're kind of in an area that if
Well,
things go sideways, we can bolt.
well, aren't they worried that we're like possessed or something? So like maybe if they meet me, they'll be like, "Oh, she's not possessed. All is fine."
What if
Right?
we turn the crystals into them and show that they aren't in your bodies?
Do they know
Absolutely
about
not.
crystals? We don't even know that they know about them. They might
Yeah,
just
you're
think
right.
we're possessed.
Yeah, maybe we should just go in and just ask, see what's going on.
Okay, let's give it a
I'm-
shot.
Okay.
I
Worst
trust
case
you.
scenario,
I
they'll
trust you,
draw and
Ceallach.
quarter us.
Are you gonna keep me safe if they do that? What's drawing and quartering?
Alma. And I'll kneel by her, and I'll put my freshly bandaged hand on her shoulder,
Ugh.
and I'll look at her, and I'll say, Alma, by the keeper, I vow that I'll keep you safe to the best of my ability.
That's my job. But yeah, okay, fine. I trust Flynn. So
Why?
Flynn, what do you
He's a
think?
bleeding liar.
I mean, Marge, he did heal you a little bit
I'm
yesterday.
gonna kind of have like a shock and look over at Ceallach and goes, "You did?"
Yes. Ceallach looks around as if he's never been mean to anyone in his life.
I thought.
course.
I thought we weren't, comrades, buddies, friends. I thought,
We're not.
Hey,
But if
well,
you and I are fighting against some unearthly force, I'm going to try and keep you alive. I'm going to try and keep every man alive that I meet, unless they are of an evil bent.
He means you, Kerr.
I'm a woman, but
Even
I appreciate
Kerr.
that.
Even Kerr's life has value to me.
Yeah, you can go stick it.
I always knew. I'm gonna kind of look at him. I always knew Ceallach had a soul. All right, let's do it. If everybody feels this is the best path, then
Kerr,
We should find
Are you ready?
We should find a spot for you guys to hide. That's not this
I
place.
think we should go with you.
In
yes.
Yes.
and talk to.
Yes. If Ceallach says it's
Oh,
not going to
man.
be bad news, that taking us there would be good, then I'm going to go with you.
All right.
What's the worst that could
Okay.
happen?
We all die.
Hmm.
You answered that a little too quick, Flynn. But
Does your group tend to kill people? Have you ever known them to kill people?
Mainly, we just hunt monsters.
Well, I'm not
I
a
don't-
monster. Maybe they just need to confirm that.
Kerr's a monster, so that counts.
Kerr's not a monster.
He's a piece of shit. It counts.
Are we bringing him with us as well?
I don't think we can leave him
Kind of
here.
nice.
Yeah, we have to.
Kerr,
Did-
are you ready to walk?
There is nowhere in Elbor that you could take me where Hologuard will not find me and rip your insides out.
Can I check?
I
Can
would
I
like
check
to-
his body to see if he's got any like insignias from Hologuard that might be like tracking beacons?
Yeah, you can either make an investigation or a medicine check.
Ooh, terrible. That's a 5.
You don't see anything.
Okay.
There might be something hidden under all of the bruises and gashes and blood and all of that, but you don't see
Okay. Well,
Alma, what are you looking for?
I was just looking to see if he had any tracking beacons on him because I'm like, how would Hologuard find him?
Kerr, do you have any tracking beacons on you?
I might.
I'll turn to Ceallach. Can you do that spell again?
I actually can't. I've used up that degree of access to my friend.
Are we planning on dragging him, or is he walking
You know
to
what I
this
can
iron light place?
do?
What can you-
This will help us if your old chum has set any traps for us as well. Revelare. And I'll cast Detect Magic.
Okay. Where are you casting Detect Magic?
So it's on myself, and it's a radius of 30 feet.
Okay.
How long does it last?
It is 10 minutes.
You see on Kerr himself, the like leather armor that he's wearing is just very slightly enchanted. Probably adds a little bit more protection. And nothing else. Nothing else in this room.
Oh, they should hand over that armor to one of us. I'll tell you that much.
Why?
But it doesn't look like there's any tracking on him, at least of a magical nature.
What is his armor? Is his armor really good?
It's enchanted in some way. I mean, maybe it's enchanted to blow up when you take it off him.
We can only hope.
I'll look down at my armor.
He's really big, Flynn. I don't think you can wear his armor.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe you could use it, and then you could have a new person use that same leather to make you a custom set.
Maybe.
But we don't really have time for that. So I mean,
maybe we should just take it with us and just throw it on our bag. Or
well, we're taking him with us, so.
I have a feeling that as soon as we get things rolling, from my training, things can change pretty quick.
Would it be better if he was unconscious? And I prep my fist.
I'm happy to make him unconscious.
I think it'd be better if he didn't have any armor on.
Yeah, I'm fine with both. It's not like he's great company.
Well, you want to cut his armor off? Because I don't think he's going to be helpful with his arms.
Well, if you go ahead and, poo-poo, then we can take it off him after.
Kerr, we're gonna take your armor. Do you want to be unconscious when we take it, or conscious?
I better be unconscious, because if I'm not, you are not getting
I
this
knock him in
armor.
the head with my short sword.
Kerr, your voice is terrible. Just stop talking.
I knock him in the head with my short sword.
And he goes unconscious.
All right, fucking yeah. You dealt with this guy? He's such an ass.
Yeah, we know. Now you understand, though.
And I'm saying that as I'm unzipping the
he
boot
used to
straps and stuff.
beat people's heads in against other people. I mean, he would just.
I've seen him rip a guy's head clean off.
Yeah, it's not.
But now you understand why it was very difficult to not, to just leave.
As they do this, DM, I want to be tenderly, trepidatiously making my way further into the bakery proper to expand my detect magic to just see if I can tell if anything's awaiting us.
All right. You step out into the main portion of the bakery as Flynn completely gets this guy's armor off. And you don't detect any magic.
Okay.
Does he have a shirt on under his armor, or is he naked?
Yeah, it's like a real simple tunic.
Okay, that's cool. I'm gonna. I don't know. I don't know where can we put this armor? Does anyone have a bag big enough to carry it? I'll go over to March and try and fit it in her backpack because mine's probably too small.
Just shove.
Yeah.
I'm sure. DM, would I be able to single-handedly carry Kerr, or would I need help?
You would be able to make a strength check to see.
Okay. Sure. Let's do that.
That would be athletics.
Logistically,
Yeah.
would I be able to wear this armor in terms of size, or is it too big based on his burliness?
It would be a little bit big on you. You would have to, looking at the straps and stuff, you would probably have to tighten the straps to the very tightest it would be able to go. Comfort probably wouldn't be there, but you might be able to wear it. Yeah.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on. It's medium armor, correct?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah.
You put it
that was a
on?
19 on my end.
19. Yeah, you can throw this guy over your shoulder and pretty much, potato sack carry this guy.
That's exactly what I'm going to do. But I'm going to kind of as I do it, I'm going to sort of be doop, and let his head hit the ground again and then pull him over.
How far away is the Iron Light, and are there any busy streets that we're going to have to walk through?
Yeah, you're going to have to walk through some busy streets to get there.
As she gets set and puts him over her shoulder, I'll kind of look and be people might ask questions in the street if we're carrying a guy like that. Maybe we should pretend like he's drunk and put a hood over his head and just kind of Carry
You think
him
a
down.
hood over the head would make it less conspicuous?
We could pretend like he's like unconscious and drunk. Maybe he had a hard night.
I mean, she could still
I can
carry
pat him.
Yeah, she'll.
I can pat him every couple of feet if that works.
Okay. Yeah. At least we have, as long as we have a story.
Drank a lot. Yeah, we can.
Let's go with that, because that probably won't arouse suspicion.
Are you worried about all the bruises that Olma inflicted on his face?
I mean, that too, but we can always just say he was in a lot of fights last night and he drunk.
He ran into
got
a
drunk.
door. He ran into a door a couple times.
He ran into a powerful...
12-year-old's fists.
No.
So that's fine.
What kind of armor is that? How does it feel?
I wonder if you have to attune to it.
You don't. You don't have to attune to it. Long story short, it's +1 leather armor.
Woo!
Sweet.
Ooh.
Oh, we just stripped Kerr for leather armor.
Hell yeah. Fuck
Oh
that
yeah,
guy.
dude. Fuck that guy.
He wanted to snap our necks, all of us.
Yeah.
He's been wanting to snap our necks since we met
That's
him.
true.
So.
Hey, DM, I'm going to try to attempt the
Yeah.
biggest reach of druidcraft that I've attempted thus far. But
Beyond making
go for it.
crystals.
yeah.
I'm here for it. I'm
Okay.
excited.
So I'm gonna mutter under my breath.
This has always frightened lesser beings related to my race.
And then I'm gonna tap the crystal to my forehead and then motion toward. He's over someone's shoulder by this point, right?
Yeah, March has slung him over.
March or something. Okay. So I'm gonna touch one of my fingers to his forehead, and I'm going to attempt to have like pieces of his skin pop out, plump a little bit, and have little tiny strands of like straw and grass and other things like grow out from his limbs and try to make him look like a scarecrow.
What? That's a lot.
I'm gonna say that's a stretch.
But it's natural. Okay.
But it's so sounds
Yeah,
so much
I mean,
fun.
like, you might be able to get like a certain like a little patch growing with like some grass or something.
What
But making an entire person look like a scarecrow is a lot.
what's
Okay,
in this
that's
basement?
fair.
Do we see any type of like plants or barrels full of straw or anything like that we can maybe use to disguise him?
It's a bakery.
Do we want to let Calic go upstairs though and see if there's any traps up there while he's
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
he starts
I'm assuming
detecting-
we're gonna getting this guy ready for transport as Kellic
Yeah.
is going up there to check it out.
I'll go up with them.
Yeah, nothing
Okay.
down here. This especially like noting the area that you guys are in, as this is like a very run down portion of the city. The inside of this looks like it's been completely stripped of anything useful. Kellic, you are upstairs.
Yeah.
No magic around. You can step through the front door and look out into the street. You don't sense any sort of magic anywhere near you.
Are there people around? Can I see, or is it like empty streets?
It's mostly empty streets. You can see every once in a while, like a person will come out of a building. It just completely disheveled. Looks like, they haven't bathed in probably months. But not like a busy street.
I want to turn to Kellic as I see this, and I'm gonna say, this whole place is abandoned, but there's like hundreds of people outside who can't even get in. Why couldn't they just live here?
Right. It's not a good system, Oma. There's people who don't want others to infringe upon even the most remote niceties they have. And for that, they're willing to subject perfectly good people to squalor, danger, misuse.
It's just so weird.
I've always wondered why the gods don't do something.
Well, the gods aren't here. They're not seeing anything.
They're supposed to.
Hmm.
We should move.
Yeah.
This is a good amount of busyness in the street. It's early enough in the morning that some people will be out, so we're less likely to be attacked by this pal of Flynn's, and but not so many people that will draw a lot of suspicion.
Okay.
I'll take the lead, as I have a little bit longer of detecting magic, and I think if I'm right, they should have equipment that's enchanted in some way, like Flynn does. So we at least have a couple minutes of relative security. Is everyone ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
Onward!
I'm gonna, as we're leaving, I'm gonna look in the basement and in the main pantry just for anything of like. I'm assuming it's abandoned, so there's no food, right? It's all rotten.
No.
And is there anything in here? Like, what's in here? Like, I'll kind of do a quick once over it, like in barrels, really quick as we're walking out.
Yeah.
And
There aren't even any barrels.
Okay.
This place has been stripped completely clean. What you guys saw downstairs, there was like a little brick oven that like even most of the bricks had been, taken and stripped away. And there was like an iron furnace that was completely rusted and like caved in completely beyond use.
I'll kind of like do a once over, kind of getting ready to leave my safe space almost, and knowing that outside that door was the last thing I saw was Sorkal. And I'll take a deep breath. And I'll kind of steel myself, shake my head, and walk outside the street.
Okay. So you guys walk out onto the main street. You guys still see just expansive slums here. This is the poorest of the poor. This place has not been taken care of at all in years. And as you guys are walking down the street, you see some people poking their heads out of shops, poking their heads out of what used to be houses, and sort of looking at you guys very warily. Once you guys pass, a lot of people close the windows and close the doors, and you can hear like locks being turned as you guys move down the street. But you guys are not approached, not harassed whatsoever.
Would I understand, kind of being part of this city for a bit, why they're doing that?
This is notoriously a very dangerous part of town.
I'll see them kind of noticing us and maybe noticing, and maybe we should make this a better disguise. I'll walk up to Ceallach. Hey, so we're kind of like, and I'll kind of whisper, we're kind of like pretending this guy's drunk and just over March's shoulders. Maybe he got in a fight or two. Maybe it'll be more believable if there's another person slung over someone's shoulder that can pretend to be drunk if we are questioned. How do you feel about carrying me?
Sure.
Okay, and I'll take my backpack off and my stuff, and I'll kind of hand it to him so he can like put it on his. Remember, I'm gonna need this back.
I don't want it, so don't worry about it.
Sure.
I sort of regard it with contempt.
And I'll just kind of like, all right, I'm ready. 1, 2, 3, and I'll kind of like stroke over his shoulder and just like, and I'll pretend like I fall asleep.
Don't make a meal of it.
Yeah, DM,
Okay.
is that a performance check?
We'll see.
I think that is a performance check.
Yeah. Here we go. We got another natural 20. Let's see. It's a 0. How did I get a 9? 13. I'm just laying there like I'm unconscious, like the other guy, for right now at least.
Okay. Awesome. So yeah, you guys continue walking through the streets here. as the buildings slowly transition into the lower market. Flynn and Ceallach, which you guys recognize as the lower market. This section of town is just starting to come to life in the morning. Lots of like food vendors and lots of like almost like bulk items like you can get just like your staples here. There are also like very basic food, clothes, and there's quite a bit of like entertainment here. There are people who are like doing gymnastics in the streets to try and get some money. There are some people playing like makeshift musical instruments to try and drum up some money as well. But as you guys are moving through, not a lot of attention is being thrown your way, as most of these people are still beginning to set up their stalls for the day. Every once in a while you catch someone's eye, but they don't really regard you guys. They let you just keep walking. As you guys finally approach the walls of the Ironlight Castle.
If I notice that we're getting close enough to the point where we're about to walk in, I'll shake and be like, all right, this is good. That's good. Let me down.
I will also have flipped a silver each to the performers on the way.
Okay.
And give Alma kind of a look of like, gotta try to do something. And I'll set Flynn down. All right, lead on, brave soldier.
You guys sure? I'll look to Alma and March.
I don't know how else to tell them I'm not a demon, so...
Right.
We've come this far.
Yeah.
Try.
Plus, perhaps they can take care of, Kerr or something of that nature.
Because he is a demon.
Yeah, he genuinely is.
I'm gonna look around for Zorkal. I want to see if he's hiding somewhere in between the streets, between the crowds, on the roofs. I'm looking.
Okay, make a perception check.
Crap. 9.
You look around and you don't see him anywhere.
Ceallach, I don't know how you are with talking. I don't know how any of you are with talking, but Drya can attest to this, that Mallory doesn't like me too much, so I don't know how much I'm going to be able to convince her, so it's going to be on you all to
all right,
set this straight. I'll try my best, but she doesn't really think too highly of me.
Sure. Well, I know I'm not the most, not friendly. Let's just say it that way. I'm not friendly. But, I can be, I've had to do a lot of outreach in my life. Dealing with all sorts of people. So, I can try to help.
I'm a pretty smooth talker.
Yeah, you got me and Alma.
Who can say no to Alma?
That's true. All right. Well, let's do it. I'm going to go up to the door and head on in and lead the way.
Okay. The gates open and you head on in to the Ironlight Castle. Where specifically are you taking them, Flynn? Do you have an idea of where you want to go?
Well,
or who you would want to talk to about this?
Chath seemed like he was just going to turn him in, right? When I talked to him, it didn't seem like he was going to back me up.
Yeah, that's sort of the vibe that you got.
Hold on, let me just check something.
Who wanted us, Flynn?
I think it was the tiefling.
No, I mean, who gave you the assignment?
Well, I mean, our Malaru,
so
the
let's go
head
see
sentinel. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else we can talk to first, but no one's really here. Yeah. All right, let's just go straight there, and I'll just lead them towards the office building, where Malaru's office is.
Okay. So you guys walk through the halls of the Ironlight Castle. Each step that you take, your footfall echoes off of these stone walls, and you guys make your way down the long hallways to Melloru's office. Flynn, you walk up and knock on the door, and you hear, "Come in."
I'll turn back to the guys, the group, and just kind of smile, put on a smile, wink at them, open the door.
We'll all nod collectively.
Okay. You walk into the room and you see she has her back turned to you. She's at the far wall by one of her bookcases, and she seems to have her head down, and she is reading one of these books. Her back to you, she hasn't made eye contact, but without moving, she says, "Yes, what can I do for you, Flynn?"
Found him.
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah.
So, where are they?
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, good. You brought them here. Would you all step into this room, please?
I'll kind of open the
Open the
door
room.
and let them move out of the way so they can walk in.
Okay. Who's going into the office?
I will.
I will.
I'll follow with Kerr still kind of over my shoulders.
Before Shrier walks in, I'll kind of put my hand up, be like, "Can you watch outside just in case anyone comes? You can, I don't know, stop them."
Yes, I also know that this being is not very fond of me.
And I slowly
I think
turn my back.
I think we
and
could take everything we can.
as I kind of scoot out the door, I sort of clench my fist around my staff, and there's a little pulse. And I'm just like, ugh. I go outside. The room.
Okay. Ceallach, are you inside the room or outside the room?
Inside.
Inside. Okay, so everyone except for Shreya steps into the office, and still looking down at the book, she slowly closes it and very calmly reaches her hand up and places the book back on the shelf. She turns around and for the first time actually looks at all of you guys. And you see standing before you is beautiful and elegant elf standing there in these incredible robes and standing completely straight up. And she says, "Oh, so you're the ones that I've been hearing about." As she wipes her hand across the desk and sort of makes this motion with her hands. And you can see all of a sudden, all of the walls of this room, as well as the ceiling and the floor, are encased in this green, almost glass-like energy as this force field completely encases the room, trapping all of you guys in there. She clasps her hands behind her back and she says, I don't take threats to the city lightly, so if you would all just take a moment, I would prefer not to escalate this in any way. I would just like to disprove a hypothesis, if you'll allow me.
Okay.
Do we have a choice?
No,
Yeah, I
you don't.
didn't think so.
As she walks over to you guys, she opens her hand and the same sort of green glass-like energy encompasses her hand. And she walks over to March first, and she places the palm of her hand right up about 2 inches away from your face. And she just sort of moves her hand over your face and down over your chin and over your eyes and up over your forehead. Says, "Oh, okay." She moves over to Ulma and does the exact same thing over your forehead, over your cheek,
My eyes
over your
are
chin,
tracking
your
her
eyes.
hand around my face.
And she never actually makes contact with you, always keeping about 2 inches away. And as she pulls away, the glass-like energy dissipates from her hand as she walks over to her desk and swipes her hand in the opposite motion as this force field in the room powers down.
Nice. You passed. I don't know what you passed, but you passed.
Well, You're not demons, as I was told.
No.
Who are
Someone
you?
told you we were demons? Was it
That-
was it a tiefling?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, that guy sucks. Sorry about that. I'm gonna kind of look around and realize I was saying things like, this is Olma, and shut up because I realized that I was speaking and I was not the one that was gonna say anything.
Hi, I'm Olma, and this is my friend March. Well, we're not demons. But we were being chased by the Thieves Guild, the Hollow Guard Thieves Guild. This guy that March is holding, he tried to kill us, and so I think that's why the tiefling was trying to find us, so he could collect a bounty on us.
This one over your shoulder is Hollow Guard, yes?
Is there anywhere I can put him?
Would you mind? As she gestures over to a chair in on
He
the
also
back wall.
tried to kidnap. Well, no, not tried. He kidnapped one of your citizens, and they beat him up real good. We saved him though.
I'm gonna plop him down into the chair and like mutter under my breath like "good fucking riddance," and then migrate back towards where like Olma and
Nice.
Flynn and everybody is.
She walks over to him, over to Kerr, and she just sort of looks in his eyes for a quick second, assessing that he's unconscious. And she turns back around and she makes a couple quick motions with her hands as some golden energy flows between them, and her eyes sort of roll back and become white. And she still stands there and she says, Chath, we have a package for you to come pick up if you are not busy. Okay, thank you. Yes, no, my office is open. Yes, he's standing right here. Okay, thank you. And her eyes come back to the normal blue color that they are, and the energy in between her, the golden energy in between her hands, stops flowing.
Ma'am?
Yes.
I do think it's worth mentioning that same tiefling who was here is now probably possessed. He's no longer in the city, though. But I do think there is some value to you knowing that.
What kind of possession? There are a lot of types of possession. Was this
Super-
demon possession? He told me that you were possessed by demons, so
super unclear.
that would not be-
Super unclear.
Okay.
He was himself, and then like 2 seconds later, his eyes got really like.
The possession seemed to come from one of these crystals, and I'll gesture to March to present the box.
Here we go.
And I'm gonna like shift and be like, damn it! Like I didn't want to say anything about the crystals.
I just like nod my
Kinda
head and
have-
I go, March, just do it. It's.
And I'm gonna take them out of my bag. And there's gonna be no way that I can quickly open this box and try and take one. I'm gonna have to hand the whole thing, correct?
At the mention of possession, she is watching over everything that you guys are doing.
And I'm just going to, I'm not going to hand them over. I'm going to hold the box and do a whoop whoop. Like, these crystals, not really sure what they are. It's kind of crazy. Little wary about handing them off to people that I just met. Please don't take offense to that. And I'm going to shut the box again.
She's just a little touchy because, they caused someone to be possessed, and so she's worried. She doesn't know you. Maybe you'll want to be possessed.
Oh, trust me, no, I that is couldn't be further from the truth. I appreciate being in my own body, but if you let me take a look at those a little bit longer, I might be able to tell you what they are.
Can I do an insight check to make sure she's not gonna like try to do anything nefarious with the crystals?
Yeah, make an insight check.
Oh, crit fail.
You can't get a read on her. She's stone-faced.
I just turn to March and I shrug and I nod my head. We gotta know about them. We don't know anything.
Is what I'm sorry, ma'am. What was your name?
My name is Meluru.
Hi, Melru. I'm March. Great name. Us M names. You know, it's we're few and far between. Would you
My
mind?
time is very valuable, so I would appreciate.
I agree. Would you mind? I'm happy to open the lid for you and let you kind of look at them, but I'm gonna go ahead and remain holding the box again, if you don't mind. I agree with you. I enjoy being in my own body as much as you do. Just there's been a couple of possessions with these things, and I'm not happy about it. But
that is fine with me.
I'm gonna just open the box and sort of lower. Is she at my height, or how tall is she?
She's just about at Ceallach's height.
Okay,
she's
so
about
not-
on par with Ceallach.
Okay, so not too much.
Definitely shorter than you, but not too much shorter.
I'm just gonna show them to her in the box.
Okay.
If you have an idea of what they are, by all means, do let us know.
Yeah, give me 1 second to see what she's gonna do.
From what we understand, they were once one crystal. These are just shards.
Okay. So, what she's gonna do is she's gonna slap her hands together and start rubbing them back and forth as this green smoke begins to build up in between her hands. And she reaches her hands out and she sort of places them both, one on each crystal. And she takes probably about a minute as she closes her eyes and she concentrates, casting the Identify spell. As she identifies them, she opens her eyes once more, clasps her hands behind her back again, and she says, well, it's... you were sort of correct with possession, though possession usually means that it is of a creature not from this plane or some sort of other entity. These are what would be the equivalent of prison crystals. These hold souls. Normally, they're part of something. You said these came from a larger crystal, yes? Yeah, that's not uncommon for something like this. A larger crystal can hold up to quite a few souls, depending on how big the crystal is, how well crafted it is, and the purity of the minerals within. It can hold these souls within. And so when you said people had been possessed by these, were the crystals broken beforehand?
Yeah.
Yes.
So that, yes. So when these crystals are broken, the soul there's a chance that the soul will take over some sort of vessel within its reach. And then there's also a pretty high likelihood that the soul will just be destroyed when the crystal is destroyed. So there is sort of a high chance that that the soul will just be completely destroyed. But it seems that you have come across mostly the former half of this scenario.
Yeah, we saw two get possessed. They're together now. That's probably not a good thing, right?
And you said, how does this gentleman in the back factor into this?
The big guy?
Pointing to Kerr.
It
Yes.
wasn't a robbery. It was a jailbreak. This man is from the Hollow Guard, and he was part of a
Coup.
mission to...
A coup to get the crystals.
Okay. So, Flynn?
You think it was a prison break?
Yep.
Wow.
stealing these crystals.
Takes precedent over any current assignments that you have. Any crystals like these must be apprehended. As well, if you know any information on the possessed, as you called them, we must know about it as soon as possible, where they are, and any information that you
I
have.
can tell you what they look like. Will that help?
Yes, please do. And she walks over to her desk and she gets out a quill and her notebook.
Okay, Flynn, do you want to take the honors? You're the leader. Flynn has been a great leader. He has really helped us.
I kind of...
Yes, Flynn?
I'll tighten up. So you wanted a description of the people that are possessed? That's right?
Yes.
So there's and I started thinking like, fuck, what did they look like? There was an orc that had
It was a half
hole.
orc.
There was a half orc that had a hole in his chest.
It'd be
And
wearing the tabard.
I'm looking at
of
Oma,
Arndil.
and like, and she's giving me those nods. I'm like, okay, yeah. There was a half orc with a hole in his chest, and a red tiefling that had crystals in his neck that kind of exploded and turned him into this crazy thing that he has a bunch of daggers. The daggers hurt really bad, and that's it.
Oh, the gentleman that I spoke with earlier.
Correct.
Yep, that guy. That guy.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Ceallach, what would the half orc be wearing?
A tabard of Arndil. He was a soldier of Coldcrest
That.
Outpost.
That
On the-
also.
Warfront.
But now he has a woman's voice because he's possessed by a woman with some
Okay.
type of magic.
Thank you very much.
Because she could like poof in and out of space.
Okay, I will take note of that.
Ma'am, if I may, Ceallach Grey, at your service. I believe one of yours is in pursuit of us under the notion that, the previous notion that these two are possessed by demons. Zorkal, I believe his name was.
Oh, he's still going after you.
Last we checked. So, if he might be reined in, that would be much appreciated.
Yeah, now that this has been solved, maybe call off the dogs.
She sort of nods her head. Her eyes roll back in her head, and she weaves this golden energy in between her hands. And she says, Flynn has brought in the fugitives. You are no longer on this assignment. Thank you. And her eyes roll back. And without hearing a knock or anything on the door, she sort of says towards the door, she says, yes, Chath, come in. As this big red dragonborn opens the door, and he sees all of you. And he's like, hey, Flynn, how's it going?
Wow.
Chath! Hey, buddy!
Hey, these are the two, huh?
Yeah, I don't know what I was so worried about. Everything's fine.
Hey, look at you. Hey, Melru, this is the guy? The guy passed out over here? Yes, that is the one from Hologard. Oh, God, you son of a bitch. And he grabs him by the lapel and just clocks him over the head. He's unconscious, but he just knocks him over the head.
At this happening, at this occurring, March is gonna almost like smooth down her hair, like what was your name again? Like,
Yes!
I don't know who you are, but I like you.
And at that, he reels back and he sort of flicks away the blood that's now on his knuckles and sort of wipes it on his clothes. He said, yeah, I can take it from here. And he rolls up his sleeves and he throws him over his shoulder. And as he steps out of the room, he said he's sort of halfway out the door, and he said, "Oh, did someone say my name?" And he turns really quickly and smashes his head on the door frame. And he goes, "Oh, no one said my name? Oh, okay, then I'll just go."
I'm gonna call after him. Like, look forward to seeing you soon.
And as he walks down the hallway, with Kerr even more unconscious, at this point, that is where we're going to end this session. We're going to call it right there.
We did it.
That was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with that one. I hope you guys did too.
Yeah,
You guys are
that's
alive.
Melru is gonna fuck us up.
Yeah.
And that's where we're going to call it. So thank you all so much for listening, and we can't wait to see you all again next week. Bye, nerds.
Bye, nerds.
Bye, nerds.
Hi, everyone. This is Rebecca. I play Oma Marsk on Venture Forth. Thanks so much for listening. The best thing you can do to help us is tell your family and friends that you love us and get them to listen also. Thanks so much. See you next time.